So here we are, week 7. So what you don't realize about this video is that it's a redo video. Truth is, I shot this once. I was extremely tired, exhausted, becoming sick, and there's just like no energy in it. I was rambling, nothing made sense. So I thought it would just be easier to redo it. And you don't even need to know that. For all you know, this is the first time I've done it. I have no idea why I need to explain that. So week 7, we're coming down to the wire and we're about 2 weeks late. So first, that's why I was explaining it. Let me apologize. This video's been a week or 2 in the making. Hopefully it didn't impact your training at all. But if it did, I'm sorry. And if it didn't, let's begin with week 7. Week 7. So even though I keep saying week 7, I don't want you to think of this as week 7. I want you to think of this in terms of how far away from race day we are. I want you to consider this 2 weeks away. So let's say your race is in not this weekend, but next weekend. 2 weeks out. So the reason I want you to think in terms of this is because the training is going to start to taper. We're going to start to reduce the sprint work. We're going to start letting our bodies recover a little bit. And I specifically want to start allowing you to deviate in the training in the sense that you're really going to take a lot of ownership into your training. And what I mean by that is we're 2 weeks out from the race and we need to start prepping for the race. And we're running an obstacle race, and I'm sure that there are some obstacles that maybe have you a little spooked. So what I want to do for this training is go through the 2020 obstacles thus far, and I'm going to put them on screen, show you the obstacles that we've seen at the races this year, and then I'm going to tell you what workouts that you can over-exemplify this week or that you can really focus on this week to help give you that last bit of confidence that you need going into the race. Because the truth is, if you've been watching this series from start till now, you've kind of seen that I have a very basic pattern of working out. I have core workouts that I rotate through. I think that a lot of people that find success in something want to overcomplicate the method and how they achieve success. But I'm telling you right now, it is super simple. Understand those core base workouts and deviate them as needed. So this week, I'm going to do something a little bit different. In terms of the workout, I just want you to repeat the base workouts from week 4. The reason I want you to repeat that workout is because it's an intermediate amount of running. It's going to taper in a way that's going to keep up your conditioning and you're not going to lose any speed. You're not going to soften. I want you to be able to deviate with the strength workouts in terms of incorporating workouts that are going to help you with the obstacles that you may be fearing. I just want to thank you for sticking with the program, coming back to these if you're a returning viewer. And if you're not, and you don't know who I am, and I'd like to get to know you, so go to week 0 and start this. The slip wall. So if you have any questions about confidence in this one, I would suggest practicing either a row machine, upright rows. Yeah. So the trick to this is walking up it, and you do that by engaging those same back muscles and balancing yourself at kind of an angle going up the wall. The Atlas carry. This is one that you just want to practice doing sumo deadlifts. They're slightly wider legged stance than a regular deadlift. You can also do sumo squats. Just practice that lifting with your legs. Tire flip. Tire flip is also another one that you can use either deadlifts, sumo deadlifts, or sumo squats to practice that exploding muscle and being able to lift something up with your legs starting at a very low point in the ground. Hercules hoist. I would suggest doing lat pull downs and once again replacing the pull down with the rope. So you get 2 benefits from that. One, you are actually using the rope to strengthen your grip. You get better isolation because you can do single arm rows as well. Monkey bars. So monkey bars, again, any back exercises that we've covered, lat pull downs, pull-ups. If you want to get confidence going from bar to bar, start with the dead man hang. Just hang on the pull-up bar. Then practice letting go with one arm, dropping it down to your side slowly, and dropping it back up so you get comfortable and gain a sense of control when hanging from just one arm. Cargo net. So if you want to increase your speed on the cargo net, I would suggest incorporating mountain climbers into your, and the same advice applies to the cargo net, the A-frame cargo net, as it does to the vertical cargo net. And that is find a center line and climb it much like a rope. You have your 6-foot wall, 8-foot wall, 9-foot wall. So the 6-foot wall is easy enough. You just run and practice getting your stomach up over the wall. The exercises that you're going to want to practice for this is pull-ups. If you can do muscle-ups, all the better. You want to do dips because you're at some point going to have to push your body up over it in that same downward motion. You want to practice your leg raises because it helps to get your foot up over the wall. The hurdle exercise, the hurdle obstacle, there's not really a lot that you can do exercise-wise to practice for it. Although the advice that I would give when tackling this is that you hug it because it's not completely stable and just roll over it. So hug and then flip over it, release your hug and continue. Overwalls are another one that's just when you get a chance on your long runs, you see a fence that you can hop over, just practice that hopping motion. Plate drag, again, any kind of rowing exercise is going to help strengthen you for this. And again, if you can replace, if you can use the row during your row, if you can use a rope on the row machine, if you can use a rope during row exercises, do that so you can start strengthening your grip and getting used to multi-rig. So the multi-rig, you're going to want to increase your grip strength significantly for this because you don't know if you're going to get rings, bars, or ropes. One thing you can do to start practicing for this is to do pull-ups with a towel. So basically throw the towel over a pull-up bar and grab either end of it and just use the towel as the pull-up machine. As far as mud pits, my advice is just to jump them if you can, or jump as far as possible. Especially if you're going for speed, the more you can clear, the quicker you're going to be. So not everything that I'm suggesting is for everybody, and that's fine, but I think there's probably a few things that will work for you. I encourage you to take what works for you and then go find somebody else's workouts and take what works for you out of their workouts and create your own workout progress. And the thing that I want to tell you is that if you're panicked that you don't know where to go for the next couple of months, don't be. Just take these core workouts, play with them, add miles to the distance running, increase your interval time. If you're constantly adding either weights or reps to the strength training, miles, or increasing your running speed on the running days, whether it's intervals or long runs, you're going to improve. You're not going to plateau, a mere mortal such as myself. So if this series has been helpful to you, please continue watching and subscribe. I'd love to have you. Okay, so and to tell you the truth, like I haven't really been doing the Spartan training this year as much because something else has come up, and I want to talk about that in a future video. I have been training pretty intensely, but for a completely different goal, and I want to share that soon. Bum, 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 bum. So if you are like me, you've been watching American Ninja